House just voted to send its version of the immigration bill over to the Senate. Tell us the key differences between the House, what the House passed, and the Senate version.
Sure. The Senate version, the main thrust of the Senate bill was that the Senate believed law enforcement was not doing enough to stem the so-called illegal immigration problem. And in order to solve that, they thought that citizens should have the right to sue law enforcement if they weren't stopping, pulling over, bringing in people they thought to be illegal immigrants in this state. The difference in the House version is we didn't take that path at all. We said that there possibly are people who are bringing in persons illegally for jobs, and that's who you go after, the person who are bringing those people in.
Well, what makes the House bill that much better than the Senate version?
Well, because we listened to Mississippians, and that's what Mississippians told us. They said, go to the stem of the problem. People would not be here but for jobs. So therefore, someone is bringing in those persons. Go find those persons. The Senate bill said, sue the local sheriff, sue the local first responder, sue the local police department. We couldn't find any logic in that.
Let me clear up one thing about the bill some folks might have. If you're a business owner and you go through all the legal channels to okay that a person can work at your business, you find out later that this person may be an illegal alien, an illegal immigrant. What happens next? Is the business held accountable for that?
No, you're immune from action. As long as you follow the state law, as long as you follow E-Verify, it is the intent of the legislation that the House passed that you're immune from action. It's those bad actors. See, we don't believe that a majority of Mississippi businesses set out to do bad acts. There are evidently some who do, and those are the persons that we're going after. Those are the corporations we're going after.
What happens now? The bill returns back to the Senate. What happens next?
Sure. The bill this afternoon, as a matter of fact, was just sent to the Senate. The Senate will leave it on the calendar. They'll bring it up for concurrence or non-concurrence. They could invite conference. It'll be up to the Senate as to what they do with this legislation next.
Do you anticipate the House and Senate working on a compromise bill, or do you anticipate this going straight to the government?
Well, that's going to be totally up to the Senate, but I can tell you one thing that the House is not going to compromise on. We're not going to take the position, I believe, that we should sue our local governmental agencies. When you're suing your local governmental agencies, you're suing yourself. Who pays for those lawsuits if you win a lawsuit against the local sheriff, the local chief of police, because you don't think they're doing enough to catch somebody within their jurisdictional boundaries? Well, if you win that lawsuit, you get to pay through higher taxes. We just can't find the logic in that.
Thank you, Representative Moak.